Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This pandemic situations it inhibited us to do some other activities like learning in school, learning in the office, library, or maybe to do some work outside of the home because we just want to protect our health from the COVID-19 virus. And also, yeah, we know, but I want to tell you or I want to discuss these things, but I want to do or tell you some other words that maybe can nail you and make you more interesting with this topic about the face-to-face learning. Yes, face-to-face learning is a dream for many students in this country since this country, the school of this country, almost of the school closed for more than 6 months or maybe just almost 1 year until now, until 2021. And yeah, we know about some other difficulties experienced by the students. And you can see how this two device is really important to following the online course or online class. And it's a really basic things to have in each students. And yeah, because of this importance of the device, but so many other lackness of this device is experienced by the students. Like yeah, maybe they have some poor of the conditions. These poor conditions is based on external factors or internal factors. And from the internal factors, we know what how this device can work properly from the software that in this inside in this device, like maybe how Windows can work properly and iOS or maybe the Android can work properly, and maybe if they cannot do proper, they cannot to run the applications or maybe like Zoom meeting or maybe MS Teams that is will inhibit students to following the online class. And also from the external about the signal is really important things, and internet is really need the good signal to do the good way or to have a smooth interactions in online methods. So there are some another or several problems that really inhibit students to learning online. But yeah, this has so many. There no have another meanings, deep meanings about it because we have this priority. We have this heart and pulse, and we know that it is about the health first because this COVID-19 situations, COVID-19 rate in this Indonesia is still high and unknown. But yes, priority, health is a priority and number one. We cannot cross the line, we cannot force to reopening schools and etc. Because of this, health is first. And we know about the COVID-19 rate in Indonesia still high, and since December 3, 2020, our country reported in 8,369 new cases, and this is the highest rate of the COVID-19 since before. And I say about the region, the specific region in this country have some the highest rate in COVID-19 is in Papua, West Java, Central Java, and DKI Jakarta. And I know this specific region has some huge populations, and I think it's a really best part or best way to COVID-19 virus spread among others. And yes, in these occasions, I want to tell you and I want to describe or discuss about why offline school are necessary in 2021. I know you will ask about, yes, we need this offline method in our best how to learning, like always like a day-to-day basic like in before, but it cannot do that because the situations is not support us. And I have these three reasons why we cannot conduct offline methods learning in 2021. The first one is about the best part of this pandemic is about the online, and you know recognizing as an expert by the online methods is really easier, and it is interesting to discuss with you in the next sections. And also the another reasons is about to change to study worldwide, and I know this is not impossible to do in these conditions. And this number three or third reason about the conditions of Indonesia, and I want to tell you about how unstable Indonesian conditions. And yeah, this first is about the recognition as an expert. And we know, as a students, we know about the online course that really spread among the students and really interesting, famous, and outstanding like Coursera, EDX, and Masterclass. And we know about it. All about it is a really good uh, online course and trusted online course. And in several days before, they give a free online course because of these pandemic situations. But in the reality, this is the basic. The basics of this online course is paid course, and I think it is not really bad to uh, out of the money to give your money to have some other course in that online course because this online course is really worth it to do. And we know but this lecture this lecture is really good and is really good in this world because why it can be because this lecture is from the best university in the world like Harvard University, Stanford University, Michigan University that has the sponsored with Coursera and Masterclass and EDX that will give you the best knowledge, the best materials that I think you will understand more and more about the materials and you can understand it best in the best way to do with this online class. And another best part of this online class is about the certificate. And I think this certificate is really useful because this certificate is verified certificate. And why it can be useful? Because it can strengthen your LinkedIn or I can say the digital curriculum vitae. It can nail you and it can nail the supervisor from another company or institutions that can recruit you to their projects and it will also know you but you are as an expert because the proof of these verified certifications and also yes it can especially and I can make sure that you will increasing your experience through that process. Yes, okay, and number two, or secondly, the second reasons is about the chance to study worldwide. And I can say about the internet or use this internet in this pandemic situation is our daily life like that, like right now, and we can use this internet to explore uh, another notions or another important things that we need to consider about it. And also, this online course is really have some intentions with this internet. And you know, but online class that I already mentioned before, they have not just to provide you with the best lecture or maybe the best video materials that will watch and learning about it about the material they will to provide you with the small group discussions like this as your vision. You can imagine how good these group discussions that can be useful from the students in the online course to chit and chat and talk with another students from another country, and also they can ask some another question that maybe they have some another question about the material, or maybe they don't understand about some part in this material, and they can likely to chat with the lecturer. And some several online course will give you or provide the meeting online. It is interesting things you can meet lively by the video meetings like Zoom or maybe the Google Class or Google Meeting and etc. And I think it's the best part are interesting things to do or interesting things to enrolling in this online course. And learning internationally based on the Australian university, learning internationally can expand your perspective, expand your how you see the world and how you can grow in your mindset, not just based on thinking on our country, but also another country. And it's a really interesting things to do because we need that. And lastly, the third is about the Indonesian's conditions. Indonesian's conditions is yes a really dangerous things. Really dangerous to meet another people, to talk with other people in a near distance. I can say, but government just want to force to reopening the schools again, reopening again. But I think it is impossible to do because these Indonesian's conditions is still high and positivity case rate is still high. And based on epidemiologists from Griffith University, Queensland in Australia, Rizki, he says about the government should not be hurried to reopening the school in an offline methods or offline mode. And I can say I agree with that because the positivity case rate, it cannot be ruled out, or maybe we cannot do anything except we just stay at home and still work at home or learn from home and etc. like that, because based on the COVID-19 data in Indonesia still high in above of 10%, and based on World Health Organizations, if some government want to reopening the schools again, it must under or below 5% and decreasing in 2 consecutive weeks. And I think it is impossible in Indonesians to reopen the school because in the newest news that I've heard, Indonesia is still in 27.9%, and I think it's a really high percentage of the case rate in COVID-19. So yeah, I want to recap and I want to make you some other reflections about what I talked about. And yes, these online methods, it is not as bad as we think because it will give you the experience and chance to easier to get acknowledged by the verified certifications that will give from the online course that maybe you will enroll in, and also the opportunity to learn widely because of the internet. They will give you the free or unlimited time free to explore and anything else just by that. And learning internationally can be reached in that methods or online methods. And also Indonesian's case still unstable, and I can say about this unstable Indonesian's case rate is about the above 10%, and I think about 27.9% is really dangerous to reopening the schools again for the government. So I want to ask something about it. Still think online learning is bad, and still think Indonesians ready to offline mode after I've explain all of the things to you, and you will be considered about how good online methods, and it is not as bad as we think. And we know about the long distance learning, so we will learn from home, we work from home, and etc. It is not as bad as we think because we can still grow with that online methods. We can still grow to use this internet in the good side, and we can expand our notions too. And as a smart student, if we still apply our long life learning, we know about how beneficial this internet and how good these conditions to explore more and more you to be the best person in the future. So thank you for your attention and appreciation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.